Hey, prepare to get sick.
Hey, Wayne Sick.
Hey, prepare to get sick.
Vegas, what's popping? It's going down. We back in the studio. We back in the mix. We back in your mama's butt cheeks, and it feels oh so good.
Damn, take it easy.
My co-host is back in action. He's still here. He's still surviving. He's still rocking. Still rolling.
What?
What's going down? What's going down, Vice City?
Shit, bruh. You know, just staying one step ahead of the law, man. Vegas is all over the place right now.
Definitely. A lot going on in Vegas. A lot going on around the world. Shout out all of our followers, our subscribers. Please jump on the ship, baby. Jump on this battleship because we going hard, and we're going to take this whole industry over one club at a time, baby. Now, that being said, the little homie Drake,
Dude,
Drake's back in action, huh?
What is up with that, bro? I was not expecting that.
3 albums even.
Dude, like, I'm the farthest thing from a fucking Drake dick rider. I mean, I'm, LA K-Dot, what's up? What?
Oh, shit. Now you're throwing gang signs.
But you know what? After one of the best, fight me, the best hip-hop beefs ever in history.
Yeah. That's up there a little bit for sure.
This was the way for him to come back for sure.
It's kind of like a grown man spanked his kid, and now his kid's a little bit more older and mature. And
well, you know what it is? It was great for hip hop. It was a textbook play of chess on K-Dot's side for sure, because he just was ready for action. And the Drake OVO camp were not expecting what was to come.
Yeah.
But with all that time now in the shadows, dude, that Iceman album, I'm like 3 times into it. Dude, it's hard as fuck. I like the energy he's bringing. Like, he's got that villain energy right now, and he's not playing around. And he's a good rapper.
Yeah. I'll tell you this much, bro, from what I've noticed and from what the clubs have been missing, and the nightclubs even have been missing, is the Drake stuff, because he hasn't put out shit for a while with all that little after the beef and then after the little spanking. You know what I mean? So like,
well, and let's not forget in the strip clubs.
Yeah.
Especially now, like, dude, whenever I have to play fucking Passion Fruit, I'm violently punching the air because I'm so tired of playing the same Drake songs over and fucking over again, but they work.
Yeah, I mean,
the
girls get in the mood, the homies get in the mood to throw the money. It's not rocket science right there. Anything with Drake, Future,
Metro Boomin,
Gunna, Metro, fucking Travis Scott, you can't lose in that kind of category.
And you know what's funny? Because like those are my go-tos. So when I got my list of girls and like the type of music they want to dance to, if I don't have anything for them, I'm autopilot. I'm going to a Drake, Tyga, maybe Sexy Red, Future, fucking, of course, Travis Scott. It's funny, those are the go-tos, but I'm actually excited to play some new Drake stuff in the strip clubs now.
Yeah, nice. All right.
This is.
Yeah, I mean, you got 3 albums right there to pop off. What was it? It was Iceman. What was the other 2 albums? So Iceman, Habiti, and Maid of Honor.
Well, and not only that, but this drop, he just bypassed Not Like Us on streams. So I believe I just saw that this is the most streamed album of all time on Spotify already, or something along those lines. But it already bypassed Not Like Us. So
bro,
it was a good hit back. Good hit back for Drake. It's good for the culture. Whoever's side you're on. We need all the party boppers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly, bro. Now the clubs are going to be alive again. People be in there dancing and grooving to popping bottles instead of everyone just popping bottles and looking like they're ready to fucking go to war or look like they're tough in the club or some bullshit.
Well, because, it's funny because, you got to have those couple pocket artists and pocket songs that, will just completely shift the mood and the vibe that's going on.
Yeah.
You know, and I'll, even like Drake, like Nonstop, any of those. What were some of your go-tos on that front when room's getting stale? You got some people that just need to fucking start shaking that ass.
It depends on what club I'm rocking. If I'm in LA or if I'm in Vegas or OC, you know what I mean? I'll read the crowd and kind of judge it from there. But like I always said, when I DJ'd, I always infused the old and the new hip hop. Like sometimes, man, I could be banging some fucking Rodney O and Joe Cooley, which I know about, but none of the dancers will. And they'll be like, what the fuck? That sounds dope. Can you play that for me next time?
Yeah.
And I'm like, if only you knew, you know what I mean? But so being 53 for me, bro, and still in the game, I'm kind of like the Ice Cubes, the Snoop Dogs, and all that. You know what I mean? Like,
too show, baby.
we could still be putting out the hits and not even quitting on anything because we're gonna stay relevant with that shit, bro. You know what I mean?
Actually, that's funny. 2 nights ago when I was DJing at Treasures, shout out Treasures, Gentlemen's Club, Las Vegas. Check us out.
Yeah, go get a steak and go get some coochie.
Exactly. Steak first, so steak's worth it.
Yes,
Food's
coochie for dessert.
Shit. Why do you always gotta throw me off like that, bro?
Well, pussy's pussy.
It
you
is.
Know what I mean?
Throwbacks. End of the night, dude, I was going hard. Juvenile, fucking Lil Jon, old Lil Wayne, Nelly, fucking Chingy.
Yeah, right.
You know?
Pulling me back, shit like that.
One call away.
Yep. Nah, bro, and it just gets everyone in the mood to want to go and get up close and personal back in that VIP, bro. You know what I mean?
Well, and actually, that's probably a good segue because I feel like actually 2 things. DJ Vice, shout out DJ Vice. Just a quick disclaimer. I kind of bit the name because I always loved the name DJ Vice. So that's why I wanted to become a DJ Vice City.
Oh,
so,
shit.
DJ Vice, legendary fucking open format DJ in the game out here.
He's out here in Vegas?
Yeah, dude, he was rocking in the Vegas heydays, early 2000s, Hakkasan, all the big clubs. But I think I sent you that link. He had a really good post about how Vegas DJs and the DJs in general, how there's no like real resident DJs anymore. Where the clubs used to be on the nightlife side, the resident DJ was like the big thing,
No, it is now kind of, but it's the Tiestos, the fucking Diplos, the Mal P, the fucking chain smokers, but yeah, before that, there was always in certain amount. Now I think that situation switched to hookah lounges and shit.
Yeah.
And like day pool parties, you'll have maybe like a certain residency now, or it's like those certain guys are now the guys that are like opening up and like they're the early stage
Right.
DJs. Like when the club's opening at 10:30, nightclubs, then everyone's coming in. They're the guys rocking from 10:30 to like 1 or 2 until that main act comes on. And then usually I think what it happens from there, once the main act does his 30, 40, 50, 60 minutes, that other guy comes back in and closes the shit out.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And so I don't know what the money's like for any of that, but
It's definitely probably not the same. And that probably leads into that another topic, because like I feel like reading the room is a lost art.
bro, knowing what to play and say, dude, I know all the time, bro. Like if I see it's dull and whatever the crowd is, I'm going to hype it up, pump it up. And then I'm going to be talking about them VIP rooms. I'm going to be talking about bottle service, taking care of your waitresses, your bartenders. You know what I mean? I'm going to let everybody in under that ceiling make their money off of whatever I say and play.
And that is the thing, at least for right now, that I don't think AI can do. I mean, obviously, which I think we should tap into that. There's this AI software that some of these guys are rocking.
Yeah, the CoverJocks out there.
Yeah.
The AI bullshit.
It feels like that's... actually, you want to pull that out?
Right there, party people. That's going to be...
That's the future.
That might be the future, low key, unless you're a good ass DJ.
So,
if you're whack and your owners don't know any better, CoverJock right there is going to be what you girls out there will be dancing to.
And here's where I'll play, I'm going to be right down the middle on this because there's going to be a time and a place for everything, right? So what this will never replace is the real-time reading of the room.
Yeah.
Which is what literally will change the whole economics of an evening.
And even more importantly, bro, the real-time interaction between the dancer and the DJ.
Right.
Because regardless, we're low-key kind of like we're low-key like therapists in a way as DJs, bro. Because
that's half our job.
These girls are coming to us with their baby daddy issues, their boyfriend issues, their boyfriend at home playing PlayStation 28, whatever it is nowadays, and fucking picking them up from work, dropping them off, doing that whole shebang, always late picking them up, always late dropping them off. And these girls are in the booth talking shit about their dudes to us, you know what I mean? Or we're that guy that's right there to make these girls feel good, feel pretty, feel sexy and comfortable if they are nervous or it's their first time to jump on stage.
Well, and also a lot of times too, we're kind of that middleman in between, a somewhat poorly run club, from management and the floor,
Yeah.
So when I got girls that would be coming back to me, just defeated, they've talked to their, third fucking fake, crypto millionaire, wasted all their time. They're about to leave negative, and sometimes it just takes me where I'm just like, hey, dude, check it out. Like the last couple of nights, 3 a.m. has been like the hot pocket. Dude, hang in there for like 25 minutes.
Yeah.
Hang in there for 25 minutes. Give it one more run.
Sometimes we're motivational for these entertainers.
I won't even call you on stage, babe. Just, give it one more run. And, 4 out of 10 times, they'll wind up smacking. And then they're like, oh my God, I can't believe it. Thank you so much. But it's just that little thing where, we're there to help them make money at that same time. And that's where, the AI stuff. Okay, here, I'll play devil's advocate. Here's where something like this will be good, is good. You got your 24-hour club. It's economic-wise, I can see why it doesn't make sense at times to have a daytime DJ because one, you're not going to get a good daytime DJ because he's not going to make enough money.
Yeah.
So understandably, AI is fucking intelligent enough, especially with this software because, you can program, and we're not sponsored by these guys. This is just one of the prime examples that I saw. But, they could program the girls, the music and the playlists. There's a lot of stuff they could do with this. It'll call out their specials and whatnot. And you can time it and stuff. So this is better than just running a straight Spotify playlist. Yeah. If you're a slow Midwest club, or an earlier
slow day shift.
Yeah, an earlier day shift. Because at least
24-hour spot.
Right. This will have some talking. You're not going to have a ton of customers. You're going to have, your maybe your regulars and whatnot. So that'll do the job for that.
Yeah.
And that'll help save the DJs some of the money and probably help make some money at that time. The hard part is just, it's not a hard part. It's just a bias thing, right? Because especially when you're a nighttime DJ, the daytime DJ, a lot of times it's just as important because they're fighting a different battle. They're trying to keep girls motivated, running a slow floor, and they're opening up that shift for the nighttime guy.
Yeah.
So by the time that nighttime guy gets in, the girls are already kind of warmed up. They've already had a couple of rotations on stage. So the night guy can just kind of plug in and just start carrying the freaking BPM and keep that shit rocking,
Yeah.
What's your opinion on that?
Well, or even, my experience back in the days when I did a few day shifts here and there, you open up and there's like a handful of dudes that come in real quick and you do a quick little rotation and then it's chill mode. You're banging all the classic rock, all the little bullshit music. And then you got that from 4 to probably, especially out in Cali, let's say 4 to like 6:30. So you're basically on a day shift making your money for like that 2.5 hours or that 1 hour of opening when they opened at 11, from 11 to 12:30 or some shit, and then 4 to 6:30. You know what I mean? In between that, it's hit or miss.
Yeah, that's definitely for sure. Because like when I was managing at my last club, if I was a manager on duty at like 5 a.m., as long as the night was rocking, that previous evening, it was really important for the DJ to lock in at like 4 a.m. just to keep those people there.
Yeah.
You know, the people that are there. And then by the time, you know, I would get in at 5, I would try to see if we could keep, my DJ rocking until like 6 a.m. because, we only had that little couple hour gap to make, whatever money we could on that early morning shift. Because then exactly, you'll have your like daytime bachelor party guys that might come in after playing golf at the Wynn, around like noon, 1 for, some beers or whatnot. So you might have 5 or 6 dudes, but then, you really don't get re-rocking again until like 7-ish.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'll be interesting.
I knew a couple of DJs that worked at the Rhino out here, and they would start at 5 a.m. And Rhino, especially pre-COVID, and maybe a little bit after COVID, when it got hot again or whatever, with the clubs, that 5 a.m. DJ, he'll be rocking till like probably a good 5 to 9, maybe 5 to 9:30. And then, still having 100 and something girls, 150, 200 girls still, and those guys. And then from probably 9:30, because I think that shift was like from 5 a.m. to 1 p.m. or something.
Yeah. Well,
so you're banging 4-ish hours, roughly 4.5 hours. And then the rest of the day, you're just chilling. So you got that. It just depends. Like, if you're a good ass DJ, whether you got 2.5 hours to rock it, even at nighttime in Cali, you're not getting busy until 10:30, 11, and your last call's 1:30, 1:45.
Right. No, exactly. And that was kind of the thing too, is, at the last club, during the summertime, at least, most of our money, when we look at the numbers, you'd have your big spike from like 12 a.m. to 1, where that would be, the bar tabs were huge, but then there would be a little drop. And then from like 3 to 5 a.m. would be the other big spike.
Yeah.
And then when you look at the big chip transactions from a lot of the girls, 5, 6, 7 a.m., because it's from the guys that were going into VIP during that time. And that's where, again, the DJ knowing how to read the room is going to be important.
Exactly,
because, even at Treasures, when I don't have really any girls to run on stage, but we got VIPs going, I'm just focusing on the music to try to just keep them going, and that's kind of the same way. I got, some white guys. All right, cool. I'll play something relevant, maybe some sexy rock or something, but just knowing how to read that in real time, because especially when they've been drinking, they're going to be hypersensitive to the emotions with the music and all that shit,
No AI guy, no CoverJock guy is going to be able to read the room at 3 something in the morning. You know what I mean?
So what actually happens? So it looks like there's DJs that have their voices programmed in, and then it just...
So I guess that's the DJ voices you hear on the CoverJocks right there. But nothing can replace, like even when I was at Honey's LVSC or Library Las Vegas, you're right. You get that crowd coming in from like 8 to 10:30 maybe. You got some mellow time, and then once you might get the sprinkle around 12:30 to 1:30-ish or something, then it dies out. And then you get that other rush around 3:30 that ends out the rest of the night. And that's because everyone's also leaving the nightclubs. All the main acts are done by like 2 or 3. So they're all bouncing from there, and now they're hitting the strip clubs for the after hours type deal.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But no CoverJock's gonna be. It would be hideous to have something like that popping off at fucking 3 a.m. in Las Vegas.
Well, and that's why it was so funny, because the other night, it was, we weren't crazy busy, but we had a decent crowd coming through for the night, and it was probably around 2-ish. Still had probably about 15 girls, but most of them were tied in with guys on the floor and shit. So I was running break songs, and just looking at the crowd, I could tell I was playing a lot of, probably too much hip hop, just because all the girls wanted to listen to hip hop, and then I would run like rock songs between on the break songs and shit. But then I was like, yeah, you know what? I was looking at the crowd, and there were some girls in the crowd too that were there with their dudes, And that's when I went into like, the Juvenile, fucking Nelly and all that.
Yeah, bro.
And then immediately fucking everyone's like dancing. The girls are like, singing and shit.
Yeah.
And everyone's just having a good time where it kind of turned into a party. And
there's no cover jock out there doing that.
And it may not have done a big thing, but some girls wound up making some extra money. We sold some more drinks.
Yeah.
It kept them there partying, having a good time still for a bit,
Bro, a DJ's energy, vibe, atmosphere, voice, commandments, it all comes into play where AI is just some scripted bullshit, dude. Granted, there's the pros and cons. The pros is yeah, it's probably good on some day shift bullshit.
Well, and for the smaller clubs. And for the smaller clubs, because we also got to remember that a shitty DJ can also heavily fuck up.
True too.
If a DJ does not know what they're doing, so.
And that could save an owner some hourly. That's the only reason why I would use a cover jock if I did.
So there's a time and a place, I think, for everything. So I think the hype about a DJ getting fully replaced by AI, I think clubs that don't understand the full true concept of a real DJ, may fail and go that route. But I think the DJ is always going to be there. It's just they're probably not going to need as many.
Well, not only that, it's the same bullshit that they try to come across where dancers are soon to be robots and all that bullshit. Nah, man, it's still going to be pussy and titties and asshole right there on the fucking stage. You know what I mean? Ain't no one want to throw some money at a fucking dumbass robot when you got ass and pussy and tits right there. You know what I mean? So it's just the same with you rocking with DJs. You know what I mean? Granted, if you suck, you should probably be worried out there. Or if you're blackballed like me in Vegas, you should be worried out there maybe. You know what I mean? But
I should record your voice and throw your voice in on the mic sometimes.
Right. Maybe I could work out a deal with CoverJocks or some shit.
Let me hear you do a shout out. Let me hear you call a girl and then do a VIP shout.
Fuck that. We'll get that when I'm not blackballed.
Why you fucking teasing me, bro? You're always fucking making me edge on this.
Shit.
I want to hear you do your thing.
I don't want to get all that pussy out there wet, homie.
All right, fair enough.
You understand, right?
Fair enough.
Oh, we buy one, get one free.
There we go right there. Stripper robots.
See what I'm saying, bro? Now, would you want to throw a stack at something like that?
A stack of iPhones.
Right?
What the fuck is that?
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what they're trying to compare AI DJs and shit to. I think at the Deja Vu out here, low key, they don't have a DJ at all. They just got I don't know if it's CoverJock, but supposedly it's some sort of an AI system that's DJing for right there. And I think Hustler uses CoverJock or one of their deals.
Bro, look at that. You got like a fucking business event.
Crazy shit, bro.
Holy shit.
I'd throw a fucking drink at that shit, not no money.
Dude, the future is getting wild, man.
Right?
Future is getting up.
Shit, ain't no joke, bro. So, guys out there, if you suck, step your fucking game up. Otherwise, you're going to be replaced by CoverJock. That's what I'm talking about. So, EDC was out here, Finn. EDC last weekend. What's your thoughts about that?
It's funny. EDC's it's definitely become one of the main economic staples out here. It's crazy because I went down to the EDC parade.
I wanted to just ask. I thought you had went to that. I had heard low key from a few other friends that went to that. Some liked it, some thought it was garbage. You know what I mean? So, what's your thoughts?
It's really just kind of that party culture, right? The crowd now, it's crazy because it's people that have been rocking EDC since day one, and now they're out here with their fucking kids.
Yeah.
So it's kind of become this like family culture type of thing. So no, it was cool, man.
It's like passing a baton from myself to maybe my child or my nieces or uncles,
pretty much,
whatever
man.
The fuck, huh?
Pretty much, passing the glow sticks.
So what did they do for the parade? What was so spectacular about that?
Just booths, and they had they had some big DJs. Actually, Cascade was on the last
really
booth.
No, that's some proper shit.
Yeah, no, it's just kind of getting people hyped up, and then afterwards they had kind of like a little mini EDC over there in like in the Circus parking lot.
Oh shit!
So it was just a reason for people to be out there, have a good time. Man, there's a fucking ton of people. I mean, there's
What do they say, under the electric sky or some shit for this? EDC, baby. And now I hear breaking news as of like Tuesday, I think it was, or yesterday, Wednesday, next year, back-to-back EDC weekends.
I mean, that would make a lot of sense. Yeah, I mean, they do that for Coachella.
Oh, they do, huh? Low key.
Yeah, they do that for Coachella. They do that for Stagecoach. You know,
shit. That's probably a smart idea right there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Hard part is just locking in the artists.
Yeah, I think it's EDC Dawn and EDC Dusk or something like that. So back-to-back weekends out there for all you EDC fans. That's good business for Vegas. That means the hotels will be, charging up the ass again, and fucking the casinos will be flooded up, whether or not the Vegas casinos can pull their head out of their asses and get some better drink prices and some better room prices and some better, food prices out there to make Vegas great again. We'll have to see. You know what I mean? Dude,
what's crazy though is that one of my homies was working security out there for some like VIPs that were out there partying, helicopter in and shit. And he's like, bro, these dudes, I mean, people are still dropping. He's all, they had like a fucking $400,000 tab just for fucking buying booze, bottles and shit. Like, people are still coming out here.
Dude, I saw some girl posting on Instagram for her whole weekend adventure from Friday to Sunday. She spent like 500 something G's.
Yeah. Some people still got money.
Yeah. Obviously out there, huh?
And that's what's kind of funny, because especially out here, obviously when it comes to like the clubs on the nightlife side, it's not a weekend that everyone's looking forward to, because
sometimes even the nightclubs low key take a hit on that. Not during the day per se, because then some of those main attractions show up on the daytime and get the daytime popping, and then they probably go back and relax and chill, and then fucking jump back out there at EDC at night. You know what I mean? But strip clubs for sure out here take a hit low key, because all their dancers are out there in their stripper gear, EDC in it. You know what I mean? And fucking a lot of dancers at least. And then, so your club's naked there on dancers, and then whatever guys that are all out at EDC. You know what I mean? So,
well, and
that's like a huge strip club under the sky right there.
And the strip clubs will still get some of that EDC, after party traffic.
Yeah.
That'll come through. Yeah, it's just, it's a weird economic time right now, because it's like, you either got the room's kind of split in two. You have your fake crypto millionaires that are, split in a room with 9 homies, fucking, getting one bottle at a fucking table and still, asking for 6 waters and trying to negotiate on other prices. And then you have your quiet whales.
Yeah.
Where these dudes are literally rolling undercover, where the guys are coming in and you don't even realize it. And, like my female friend the other night, dude just was like, yeah, whatever room, let's go. Cash money. Oh, it's like a gold mine out in somewhere.
Yeah.
Utah or something. But, that's it. You don't have your in-between guys that are coming out here and making, those bad decisions. So it's interesting right now.
Yeah. You got that fucking war going on low key. We got gas prices up the ass. You know what I mean? Fucking, jobs paying bullshit money out there. So it's like, yeah, bro, this is an interesting time. This is a time of imagination, origination. It's a time of having knowledge and knowing what the fuck you're doing. Otherwise, your clubs are going to suck, or your nightclubs or the casinos. We need to bring back the Mafia. I'll say it flat out. Mafia, come the fuck back in Vegas and let's get it popping again. Let's get Vegas great again.
I mean, they definitely were good with numbers.
Seemed like business was a whole lot better back then too, bro.
Yeah, actually, we had was it the AMC Awards? Is that what it was? The country music?
Is that what ended up going on too out here?
Yeah.
During EDC?
Yeah, right after that.
You kind of look like a little country pussy, you know what I mean?
I could ride a horse.
I mean, not right now, obviously banging some suicidal right there tendencies.
What's up, dude?
Yeah, well, shout out Mike Muir out there then.
Yeah, hell yeah, man.
All you wanted was a Pepsi, but this motherfucker wanted a Coke, huh? You should have heard this guy, party people, earlier when he asked if he can have a Coke in the studio. Motherfucker sounded like he busted a load.
Dude, I've developed a weird late in life stage fucking addiction to
Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola.
Respectfully, I can appreciate that, bro. I'm more of a Sprite guy myself, but hey, more power to you.
Well, sugar-free,
I mean?
which means that you like dick.
No
Judgment, though. No judgment.
Only in Thailand.
We'll save that for our next episode, though.
Shout out Bareback Mafia again. Our first sponsor going down. I think merch is dropping real soon. Just remember out there, guys, do your best to never wear a condom and impregnate any fucking female out there possibly that you can. Whether you're fucking 10 years old or 68 years old.
Bro.
Ground and pound, motherfuckers. Oh, wait. So what's going on now? What's going on out in Vegas? What's some numbers out there? What can we educate the people with out here in Vegas right now, brother? Whether it's strip clubs, nightclubs, casinos. Let's give them a little Vegas breakdown if you don't mind. What do you think, bro? What could Vegas do to get better? What's going on in these clubs? Let's educate some pussies out there.
Well, right now, I mean, here's what they're really dealing with. You know, half the VIP clients are financing their entire personality right now. So, you know,
that's what it's about, is financing personalities.
Everyone wants the table, but nobody wants the bill. So the number of fucking people coming into the clubs heavily.
A lot of fake it till you make it, motherfuckers.
A lot of fake it till you make it. More shared tables, more fake flexing. You know, like I said, you got 6 dudes splitting, you know, one bottle. You know,
I always found that kind of odd because it's like almost like 6 dudes splitting one nipple, one titty. You know what I mean? It just didn't make sense to me, brother. You know what I mean?
Well, you know, it's like you either got the psychology is like, I deserve this, or it's going to be, oh my God, what have I done? You know?
True that. I fucking partied a few times and was like, oh shit, I spent how much last night?
Yeah. You know, I think right now the big thing is that the smart operators, they're going to have to be less dependent on like the random walk-in spends. Because the walk-in traffic, if they're not fighting for it, especially on the online side, they're really going to have to be, you know, the high efficiency on the VIPs, especially like the conventions. They're going to have to heavily be focusing on how they're going to dial it in, you know, and get this convention traffic, which we'll have some good stuff on how to do that too. Pretty soon. Keeping track of like, especially like the repeat whales. You know, that's probably one of the biggest ones.
Hospitality and customer service, man, is going to go a long way with the whales.
That's where the hosts, you know, controlled experiences and basically, you know, the frictionless service where, again, you know, the guys know exactly how they're getting there, what they're paying, you know, what comes with it. So there's no sticker shock surprises. Because, you know, I remember going into the strip clubs before I started working there, and I was never a fucking wealthy dude, right? So of course we always had that mental thing, like, okay, I got like $200-300, but you're trying to roll in there acting like you're some fucking, you know, big baller flexer.
Yeah.
So you're always gonna roll in there nervous as is.
It's like that rapper Millies. I heard him say it one time on a podcast. He would go in with $300 to a strip club. He would flex a little bit at first, throw 100 or 2 on stage or something like that, buy 1 or 2 drinks, tip pretty cool on that, and then buy a little bit of time, and then leave throwing like 80 to $100, 60 to $100.
Yeah.
So it made his presence felt, so to speak, like, oh man, that dude just came up in here and fucked off some money real quick. So it's like it benefited him and his ego and pride and his way of doing it, but then it also broke a few females off in some bartender or waitress action. And now look at the little homie, man. He's just making some big hits out there on that East Coast.
Well, you know, it's like Vegas is the only city where you literally can make $68,000 a year and briefly identify as like a fucking Saudi prince before you're crying at McCarran Airport, looking at your fucking empty bank account, over a yard fucking margarita.
Yeah.
But that's also kind of the fun of it. And that's still a lot of the guys when they come out here, they're still trying to have that experience. But yeah, the clubs is definitely less reliant on the walk-in traffic, and they're going to have to just really be smart and strategic on, customer service, what they're offering. No sticker bottle shock. They got to be transparent on the price.
Like, what's so crazy to me still yet about Vegas that I still don't understand is why Vegas is doing is they keep trying to up prices on things. And it's like, even these strip clubs, trying to up the VIP rooms or up the VIP room rentals, up the fucking house fees, up the fucking drink prices, bottle prices. And it's like, man, you could have a low-key poppin' ass club or the number one club in Vegas if you just found a happy medium and you weren't fucking greedy and stupid, bro.
Right. Well, and also you got to forget, there's this happy medium where the clubs are trying to do whatever they can to make money, but then at the same time, they're sometimes simultaneously kind of fucking the girls out of their way of making money.
Yeah.
So then you have half the clubs here that actually let the girls name their own VIP pricing, which, a lot of clubs don't like that because then that screws them out of their alcohol minimums.
They've got to have the stronghold.
But there's some clubs that, have ways of doing that. So, yeah, there's a lot of stuff. But yeah, they're just going to have to be smart,
Yeah, especially in this time and age. Otherwise, your club's going to be empty.
But obviously, if you're coming out, this week, obviously you still got Omnia, XS, Zook. Those are still...
Omnia Day Club opened up last week for EDC weekend.
Dude, Circa Pool, their night swim and shit. Dude, that place is fucking awesome.
Circa 21 and over.
Yeah, Circa is fucking dope. So,
a lot of hot pussy over there, too.
Yeah, dude. But yeah, the day clubs, obviously.
Now, when you go to a day club personally yourself, are you rocking the G-string? Or are you rocking dolphin shorts? Or kind of like the original, like Quicksilver swim trunks?
No, I typically wear, it's like a skin-colored pair of trunks, but then it's kind of got a drawn on.
So you got a bit of a bulge,
micro
is what
penis.
You're saying, then.
Yeah, just...
Well, hey, as long as we can get a Wayne Sikk podcast on the front or the back of that ass, it'll be good.
Bro, I'm just doing anything for viral content right now.
Yeah,
so that's
bro, you're doing the right thing.
But yeah, Omnia, XS, Zook, that's the nightlife way to go. And then obviously afterwards, the strip clubs are great right now. Obviously Treasures, shout out.
Treasures,
great
they're
steakhouse.
doing big things right now. Yeah.
Obviously.
I hear good things. Rhino, CH3.
Sapphire. Those are the main guys. You're still never going to have a bad time. And that's, you don't have to just go to one because they're all going to have their own different type of vibe.
Yeah, shop around out there, party people. See what you like. See who treats you the best. What kind of specials you could get or love you could get.
But the only clubs that truly matter out here, though, Treasures, Sapphires, Rhino, Crazy Horse. Hustler can be a good time too. But yeah, I'd stick with those.
There's no reason why Hustler shouldn't and couldn't be number one out here.
Well, Hustler's got the name also.
But I mean, I'm just saying, even location, 3-4 stories, whatever it is, like it could be epic out here. It's just, what my hat says basically.
Pretty much.
A lot.
But
goes a long way.
Coming up, on the next episodes, we'll be rolling out that degenerate report. So we'll give you a more detailed oriented of what's really going down when you're coming out to Vegas. So this could be your one-stop shop. And then we'll also be doing a full market analysis report. So for the guys that want to make strip clubs great again, give you a little roadmap of, real-time data of what's going on and how you can potentially stay ahead of the competition and
guys,
be a winner.
Like we said on this thing, man, we fair and square with everybody and anybody and anything. If you don't get mentioned on our podcast, that just means we don't fuck with you. You're not relevant. If we do mention you or your clubs or anything like that, that means you're standing out. You're going in the right direction and you're kicking ass.
You're definitely listening to that new Drake album because you're bringing that Drake energy right now. I feel that.
Really?
I feel that, man. I like it.
I mean, all I'm trying to do is educate the whack, brother.
I feel you, buddy. I feel you.
Bring the industry back.
Next week, I think we'll have some special guests. We'll dial in.
Yeah. I wanted to kind of give the people still a little bit more of some DJ Vice City time, you know what I mean? Let them get to know you a little bit. They all know me. They had a whole season for that shit. So, you know what I mean? We're just trying to like milk you like a little fucking cow, brother, and get you fucking situated, feeling good. You know what I mean?
Every last drop.
Feeling comfortable. And then, yeah, we'll start hitting you guys with these guests, with these fucking pop-ups, with this social media content.
And we'll be doing some stuff in store at some of these clubs as well. We'll be dropping in, checking out the some of the fam and some of the other clubs. So yeah, it'll be a good time. A lot to look forward to.
Well, DJ Vice City, thank you again for joining me today.
No,
and
thank you for looking sexy, Zoe.
It's awesome having you as a co-host, my man. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna keep building, keep growing, keep showing. And like I always say about this time, knowledge is power. Let's educate the whack. Bring the great strip clubs back, baby. Shout out Drake out there, huh? You deserve a fucking shout out.
Drizzy, holla.